Hi students, my name is Noman Badr. Today we will discuss this is my second lecture of industrial management, and the unit is project management. In this lecture I will discuss with you features of project, then what are network diagrams, why we need network diagrams, and then we will discuss network representation. In my first lecture, that is in my last lecture, I have discussed with you syllabus, what are project, what are the objectives of project scheduling, and we have discussed these things in last lecture. In this lecture I will discuss with you about project, what are the 7 features of project. So first feature of the project is a project has identifiable beginning and end points. It means that generally all projects will have identifiable beginning. It will have certain time when we will start and when we are going to finish it. So all projects will have some time in starting time and finishing time. Then each project can be broken down into a number of identifiable activities which will consume time and other resources during their completion. So what is the second part? What is the second objective feature? Second feature says that all projects can be split into different activities. Activity 1, for example, in construction of a building, first activity will be what? Foundation making. Okay, then what will be second will be making of columns. Then third will be beams. Then we are going to make walls, ceilings, and different activities. So project is construction of a building, and it has been broken into so many different activities. So this is the second feature of project, that any project can be broken into number of different activities and which are identifiable and which will have certain time, and it will consume certain time, and we will know approximate time duration of that activity. Project is scheduled to be completed by a target date, and project will also have a target date when we are going to finish that project. Then project is usually large and complex and has many interrelated activities. As you are aware of fourth point, that different projects have different complexity and interrelated activities. Fifth point is execution of the project activities is always subjected to some uncertainties and risk, and whenever we are going to do or start any project, any activity will have some risks. Some amount of risk will be involved in all projects. So there is no project which are free of risks. Every project involves risks and uncertainties, whether we are going to achieve the target or within the desired time or not, or with the desired cost or with the desired risk. So uncertainties are there. Uncertainties and risk both are involved in all projects. Approximately all projects will have some amount of risk. Then we are going to discuss why network diagrams. We have in project management, we use and we study network diagrams. So what is the use of network diagrams? What they do, they split up the decision making process into network diagrams splits the decision making process into method and logic, the orders in which tasks have to be completed. So network diagram does what it does, it gives us the order or the sequence in which the tasks have to be completed. Network diagram, it will give us like that. For example, I will show you like this. This is event 1, event 2, and here A is the activity. Then we will have event 3 and B is the activity. Then here we have event 4 and C is the activity. And then we will have some other, this is 5 and this is activity C, D, and this is E. So we have A, B, C, D, E. We have here 5 activities. So it has given me a sequence, and this is a network diagram. And in this network diagram, we have arrow is representing activity. These are the arrows. These are representing different activities. As I have told you earlier, like foundation making, construction of a pillar, and then ceilings, and then we can have different activities in construction of a building. These 1 and 2 points, they are representing the duration event. In this means this is representing the initiation of the activity, and this is giving us finish or completing of that activity. So this is a network diagram, and this gives a sequence in which we are going to complete or finish the different activities. So this network diagram has given us or split the whole project into different activities. So this is the use, and this is the benefit of network diagram. It will give us the rough idea of all the activities involved in the project. And then it also, network diagram also give us time estimates for the time to completion can be added to each task. So it also gives us, network diagrams represents and gives us time also. It gives us time. It shows time for activity A, it will take this much time, for B this much time, and what are the floats, and what are the buffer time, what are the extra time we have, so that we can delay any object. So I will discuss float later. So just float is an extra time which is available so that we can delay any activity without affecting or without damaging the project duration, total project duration. It will not affect the total project duration. Float is an extra time which is available to any activity so that we can delay that particular activity without affecting the whole project duration of whole project. Okay. And then why we need network diagrams? Resources, these can be added and then analysis can be carried out. It also gives us the picture, or it just gives us the view of resources, how much resources are needed for this particular activity, and for different activities it represents us also the resources needed for different activities. And then we have network representation. What is network representation? A network is the graphical representation of the project activities arranged in a logical sequence and depicting all the interrelationships among them. As I have told you here, this is a network representation. This is a network representation. It is a network representation. It is activity A, activity B, activity C, activity D, activity E. This is a network representation. What is this representing here? This is a network graphical representation of the project. This is representing a project. This network is representing a project in a logical sequence and depicting all the relationships among them, and it also giving us the relationship between different activities. For example, C activity will be started only after completing A activity, and you can also see that D activity will only be started after completing A. So both C and D depends on B, but A and B do not depend on any different activity. We can start it at starting. E is depending on both D and B. See, so this is giving us the interrelationships between different activities. Okay, so we have discussed so far we have discussed why network diagrams. We need network diagrams for splitting the different activity, splitting the project into different activities, then to know the completion time, to get the time of the project, to get the resources needed for the project, and then network representation. Now in this part, a network consists of activities and events. As I have told you earlier, a network project network consists of activities and events. Two things we have in network analysis. An activity is a physically identifiable part of a project which consumes both time and resources. What is activity? Activity is a part of project which consumes both time, it consumes time and resources, both things. Now I will discuss network fundamentals. What is activity, what is task, what is events, and what is network diagram. See, activity, as I've told you earlier, a work component needed to be accomplished, a task within the overall project that has a definite beginning and ending point. The activity consumes time. It is obvious that obvious that whenever you will do any activity, you will consume time. This is clear. And then any activity will have certain duration in which it can be completed. So activity is a part of a project. It is a part of a project which has a definite beginning and ending point, and it will consume some time. What is events? Events designates the beginning or the ending of activity. As I have told you in last slide, events are beginning and ending of the activities, a point in time. Okay. Also shows the precedence relationships of the activities. For example, here arrow is representing here activity. Here see, arrows are representing activities and the circles are representing events. Events means starting of activity A, and then we have another circle here. This is representing finishing of activity A. So dotted arrow represents dummy activity. Here I have shown you dummy activity also. I will discuss in next slide what is dummy activity. Okay, then network. A network is a combination of activities and events that describe the logic of the project. There is one definite starting and ending point. So this is about network. Hopefully all of you, those who are listening this video lecture, are satisfied. If you have any problem or any issues, then you can comment here or you can directly message here. I will discuss next remaining part in next lecture, that is in lecture 3. Thank you.